I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think the Trek Lime is one of the best bikes ever produced. This is really smart product design. I think that might be why it flopped. Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. Something completely different today. This is a bike that you should love and I should hate, but I think that this is a bike that you hate, but I love. This is the Trek Lime Lite. This is everything that I'd ever want in a practical bike. The genius behind this bike is its simplicity. I know exactly what the product development team at Trek was thinking when they built this thing. Let's make a hop on it and ride, set it and forget it bike. At the time, Shimano came out with an automatic shifting system, which right there is a good reason to hate this thing, right? There's a little computer under the bottom bracket and it's powered by a front dynamo, and then there's a 3-speed automatic shifting hub with a little robot inside who's in there switching levers or something. These things are unbelievably robust. I've never seen one that has stopped shifting. I'm sure it's happened, I haven't seen one. Anyway, I've always avoided them because fixing a flat on these things is a major pain in the butt. It probably only takes me like 10 or 15 minutes to do it, but considering I can usually fix a flat in a few minutes, you know, it's like 5 times the amount of time. But anyway, now that I've gone through a bunch of them, I'm no longer afraid of the rear end of these things, so I can just pop the wheels on and off, and it's not that big of a deal. Not only do I no longer hate these things and want to avoid them, but I think I want to like start collecting them or something. I don't know. I really like them. So, let's talk about it. There's no levers. That's the best part about it. The seat is perfect size comfort seat. You have a little bit of sweep to the handlebars. It's just a really comfortable riding position. It's got a comfort geometry with a little bit of pedal forward, which is very comfortable. So you can have the seat at a good height and still kind of flat-footed. I mean, they just float down the road. They're fast when you want them to be fast, and they're slow when you want them to be slow. There's really not a whole lot about this bike that I don't like anymore. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think the Trek Lime is one of the best bikes ever produced. This is really smart product design. I think that might be why it flopped. This happened at a time in cycling during the road cycling boom when it was all about sport and performance and racing. And this bike was the complete opposite of that. It seems like it was a little bit extra, and so it flopped in the marketplace. So I've got this one in the stand right now. We're gonna look it over, take it apart. I'll show you how to fix the flats. I'll show you everything about these bikes, and that'll be my first one. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get a bunch more for cheap, and they're gonna be great. Okay, here we have a Trek Lime with a flat tire. So, behind this rubber thing here, this comes off, there are 2 screws. They're small little screws. Oh, I dropped one and it went down my sleeve. There we go. And then that just comes off. That exposes the guts. So over here, again, you got the rubber thingy. But this is a 10 millimeter Allen key, and this one just spins off. Oh, dropped the cap. And then these are 15 millimeter nuts. And these are 5 millimeter bolts. So this actually is holding the brake, I've learned. It's the brake mechanism, which as far as coaster brakes go, whatever this design is, they feel amazing. Really good coaster brake, which, you know, never really thought I'd say out loud, let alone mean it. So we'll just remove those 2. We're just loosening that one. And we'll go over to the drive side.
So this one actually has a really good chain tension, but we're gonna loosen this up. And hopefully get that out of the way. And then this one's a little bit harder to grab onto with a wrench, but so it's no fun because you kind of have to take it all the way out and you can't spin it. So just work your way through it. You know, if you go into this knowing it's a pain in the butt and it's going to take you forever, it's far more tolerable. So I've been taking this all the way off. Okay. So just take the nut and the washer off. This guy comes out, but do what you want with it so you don't lose track. Okay. Then you can get that out of the way. And so I've found that you have to get the chain off of the chain ring up front in order to give yourself enough room to get the axle out. I mean, it's just never ending. It's like just a series of why they make it so hard. But once you get it off, then your wheel comes out. So this is just your run-of-the-mill flat fix tube replacement. I am going to see if I can find the hole. It's right on the side here. About halfway around. Not feeling anything. All right, put her back together. Might as well wipe things down while we can get at it. So I don't remember which way this went. Okay, it goes like that. So we need this thing. Which goes that way. And then that only goes one way over there. Okay. And then these are the little threaded spots for the screws, for the cap. Oh, we gotta get that. Gotta get the chain on the cog first. Here, we'll do it right there. Okay. Sorry about that. We want to line up this side, the brake. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay, the chain's in the right spot. The chain tensioner is in the right spot. And this guy only goes one way. And then, how did this go? I believe it goes like that. All right. There we go. A lot of futzing around to get it right. It's only going to go together one way. Well, famous last words. Okay. So I get everything kind of finger tightish. And then I'm going to put the chain on the cog. Then we got to get the chain on the front chain ring. I haven't figured out a really good way to do this, but I think if I just kind of try to use these fingers as a derailleur, and start pedaling forward, I'm going to try to create some slack here in the chain first. Then try to catch a couple teeth. And you gotta wait for it to grab. It's so hard to do. This is the part that I struggle with the most. I mean, I can futz with it for a while. Okay, I think I almost had it. There we go. You can see there I've got the chain on the chain ring now. And you can't see underneath, but it's grabbing on underneath too. So then we got our chain tensioner here, and we'll just start winding her up. Okay, that's pretty tight. Okay. I'm going to center my wheel manually. I'm grabbing, down by the, I don't know what you call it. The chain stays by the bottom bracket, pulling the rim over. And I'm going to tighten down my non-drive side. That chain feels a little tight to me. There's not much play there. So I'm gonna loosen it a bit. That's pretty good. Readjust the non-drive side then. Kind of go back and forth. Get it where you want it. Oh, that's way too loose now. That's good. Okay, good enough for who it's for. Tighten down this axle nut. I mean, this is a major pain in the butt, right? This is, without a doubt, the main downside of these bikes. But I think you get puncture-proof tires, maybe even slime tubes or something like that. And they're just great bikes. Can't say it enough. I mean, I can, probably sick of hearing it. All right, tighten down our brake. Easier said than done. Oh, dropped the big ol' Allen wrench. So here's something. This is how the thing works, right? So this is a dynamo hub that generates electricity and it measures the speed. Takes a little warming up. Okay, so it's warmed up. Now I'm gonna move the camera back to the shifting mechanism. And watch this, I'm gonna spin the wheel. See how that works? Now as it slows down, it shifts and then shifts. Pretty cool, huh? 3 speeds. Depends on how fast you go. It's automatic. And they just work. Generates its own electricity. Pretty sweet. And then, once you get done admiring how amazing this bicycle is, and you know, the magic, you're done with your little magic show, you can put your dust cap back on. And then, as long as you still have the rubber dealy baba, you can put that back on too. Those like to disappear. They don't last forever. There it is. Here.
Goodbye.
Bike farmers.